you like to count it down, Frank?
3, 2, 1.
Hello, hello! I'm Frank, along with...
Tony.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Okay.
Tony, help, please!
I'll take it.
Fuck it, no, it's fine. Hey guys, this is Tony with a completely inappropriate podcast. You can find us at Completely Inapp on Instagram or Twitter. CI Podcast on the other one.
Instagram.
Google it. Dude, Frank.
Wow.
It's been so long since I've had you to myself.
Okay.
I've missed you.
I get that a lot.
I just doubt that.
Oh, I do.
People miss you a lot?
Yeah.
What?
And then they can't stand me when I'm fucking right there with
That's the problem. You have a very, very quick shelf life, man. You look real good in the grocery store. You know, off the shelf, like fresh under the lights, freshly spritzed with the water from the employee there. Then you get home. And you're like, ooh, this is gonna be really good tomorrow. I'm gonna let it ripen one more day, and then fucking by lunchtime tomorrow, when you're ready to go reach for whatever it is, it ends up with like that one brown spot on it. Like, really, already? That's Frank. That's you, Frank. And you are, but if you get picked at the right time, you're a delicious little snack.
So I am the first slice of bread.
You're a guava. Guavas can do that. Now, what's something that switches really quick? I guess a mango.
Bread.
Mango. Oh, you are a slice of delicious French bread. You're still good the next day. You just gotta kind of know how to use it in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cause
toast it up, make some not baguettes. What the fuck are they?
Banana bread.
No. What? With stale bread? What? Do you not know how banana bread is made?
I'm not even paying attention when I'm.
Oh man. How are you not paying attention? It's just me here talking to you.
Yeah,
There's
but
nothing else to pay attention to.
the 2 grocery items I will never buy is milk and bread, because they go bad easily.
Get 2%. 2% lasts for like a fucking month.
Does it?
I don't know, it seems to.
Well, maybe because you know how to take care of milk.
I don't know, I keep my refrigerator closed. I'm not always looking in it. Hence the difference of attitude towards foods. I'm a new man, Frank. I don't make these jokes anymore that people anticipate. I don't know. They call it. They anticipate me fat shaming you all the time.
Fat shaming?
I'm not doing that anymore.
Is it still fat shaming if one is not ashamed of the fat joke?
If you're not shamed, yeah, I don't know. People
It's
don't
not.
seem to differentiate between the two, though.
There's no shame with me.
In any regard. They've gotten your medication down perfect for that. They've removed it. It works.
Yeah.
It worked really
Apparently.
well. I might need a little some of that. I'm so filled with shame all the time. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah. Well, it's
still too early. Let's roll this one on. Hey, dude? What are we gonna talk about this episode?
Well, you wanted to bring up that incident
I wanted
that
to bring
happened
up-
last night.
You wanted to bring something.
No, you wanted to bring it up.
Bring what up?
The incident that happened last night.
No, that's for the next episode.
Okay, the next episode.
You crazy bastard. It's too early.
No.
The coffee hasn't kicked in yet, guys. In case you guys haven't figured it out, this is a very low energy episode already. Frank, you gotta help us out. I thought we were gonna talk about like the Illuminati, but I don't know how to bring that into this conversation smoothly.
We bring it in by you mentioning the Jefferson Bible.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That I forgot to read. I bought it, but I haven't listened to it.
That you tried, quote unquote, reading.
For like 15 seconds, but I was like, man. Because I knew what it was going to be. And as soon as, I got a page into it, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's exactly what I thought it would be. It's just an opinion piece pulling the not the theology, but the philosophy out of the Jesus story.
Yeah.
You know, the whole fucking just extracting what they want from the Bible, which is, yeah, that's what I do. That's what most people do. That's why we have different sects of Christianity. We're all reading the same Bible, believing in different shit. So the Jefferson Bible was just trying to remove the religion from it and the miracles, but leave in the philosophy. And it's like, nah, I get it. Like, I get it. It's not that complicated. It's a 3-hour book too. It's like, I'll go for a run and once I start running again, this will be a good little tedious thing to listen to. But I find it hard. I find it much more interesting to talk about philosophy than to listen to lectures, like a lecture style of philosophy.
Yeah,
you know
college
what I mean?
wasn't for you. We get it.
College wasn't for me.
Yeah, but no. What happened? And I also asked you which version was it, the 1804 or the 1820?
Never figured that one out.
Yeah, because apparently there's a difference. Like one's less fucking religious than the other, or one's more fucking logical than the other. I don't know, but
Well, yeah. So that all ties into what you had started bringing up out of nowhere. For me, it seemed kind of out of left field. I was like, ooh, yeah, let's grab onto that because it's finally something that's not like just the most sad, depressing fucking news of the day, just regurgitated.
No,
I want to regurgitate something from the 90s that people have been talking about.
Yeah.
Ever since YouTube was created, is the Illuminati and Freemasons, and who better to bring us into that than Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah, I had you hooked onto that until I fucking spoiled it for you, fucking blew my load early.
I know you do that so often.
Yeah.
You really gotta masturbate more or something.
Because I was telling you, I'm like, our forefathers were Freemasons and Illuminati, and you're like, fuck, you had me. And I'm like, no, it's true, like, it's even in our fucking money, but, I think it has to be a $1 bill, that's why I didn't bring it, because the atom, I can only pull out $20 from atom, but, yeah, it turns out...
Adam?
Atom.
What are you talking about?
ATM.
Oh, you're an idiot. Okay. I hate you.
So I wasn't entirely wrong.
Yeah, you are.
No, and then, because I remember having this conversation when I was in college at a bar. I don't remember if it transitioned from the fucking classroom setting to the fucking bar setting, or
what was the first time you ever, is this the first time you ever heard of Freemasons? Or?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's this conversation leading to? Spit it out already.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention at all. I'm looking at my phone here for the last 5 minutes, and you're just like continuing, and I'm like, holy shit, you're doing real good over there.
Yeah, I'm setting it up, but
what
you're
the
like,
hell are
blow
we
your
talking
load
about?
already. I'm like, no, wait.
I feel like maybe we should start this recording out. Can we start over?
Lick it before you stick it.
Can we just start over, Frank? I don't want to do it.
No, we're already like 10 minutes in.
Oh, it's just the teaser, though.
Just the teaser, this guy.
Let's start over. What are we talking about today?
Okay.
Freemasons. Shit. Ah, man. Fuck. I'm not very good at this anymore.
We were doing very well, but for some reason you don't want to start over.
Because I space the fuck out.
I space out all the time.
I know. How do you do that? How do you manage to space out on such a frequent basis like that? Because I got a text message saying somebody needs like $100. So I was like, oh shit. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. I mean, we gotta help when we can help, right? But kind of. You know, it's one of those things that hits you real quick, and it's like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to do something here, and I get like,
and I was setting up the conversation so well.
You were, like, Frank. I'm so
blow
sorry.
Your load. Like,
you know what that is?
What?
That's the Illuminati fucking sending microwaves to my. They orchestrated this whole situation so that I confused you. You were making such a good intro and explaining it so well that it scared them. And so they had to come take effect. What do you think?
It turned the frickin' frogs gay!
It turned the frogs gay! You fucking free Alex Jones. Hashtag free Alex Jones. Woo! Call back to fucking a year ago. Yeah, Poppy. You're doing alright.
Yeah, we'll get to Alex Jones.
We're bringing it back! We're bringing it back! Alright, so you were saying, I'm sorry, before I interrupted you.
Yeah, that I remember having this conversation, but I don't remember exactly if it transitioned from the classroom setting to the bar, or if it was just at the bar with my little fucking conservative circle of friends that I developed while I was in college. Didn't meet everyone in college, though. Like, unsurprisingly, the fucking majority of the people I met in college were fucking liberals.
Hey Frank.
Yes.
What was the conversation about?
It was about.
You dumb motherfucker.
No, I was getting there. I was
getting lost. You just
sidestepping
in
a
your
bit.
own story.
No, I just sidestepped a bit. I tend to do that, and I always bring it back. But yeah, because I think there's a hint of this. If not, they fucking blatantly tell you in fucking college when you take U.S. history that it started in Spain, and they called themselves the Alumbrados, right?
The Alumbrado.
Yeah, which later eventually became the Illuminati. But no, the concept or the reason why we have freedom of speech is because our forefathers, some of our forefathers, see I have it right here, 9 out of the 56 men that signed the Declaration.
Oh, you're gonna do that shit again?
Wait, no.
You're gonna just keep throwing numbers out?
No.
And
9
make it
out
all
of 50
fact-based. You're gonna forget that people want to be entertained, Frank.
I'm fucking telling you, man.
1814, we took a little trip.
No,
Long
9
Jackson down the
out of
mine.
the 56 fucking men that signed the Declaration were Freemasons, and 13 out of the 39 that signed the Constitution were Freemasons.
Alright, but Freemasons were just people that were trained to, because back in the day, if you could build the log cabin, you probably deserved to live in the log cabin.
Yeah.
If you were the one that could make the nicest fucking place, you were going to make it for yourself. You were going to have a place of privilege. Everybody was going to want to be, your friends. So Freemasons were the free men who became Masons.
Yeah.
And it was just a society that ended up becoming more like a what do you call it? We used to have them back in the day. The factory men would form unions, right?
No,
so it's basically unions, right? Or like in Britain back in the day, what do they call them? Guilds.
Guilds.
Yeah, like they were like cordwainers. What I do, I work with new leathers from Cordoba in Spain. That's the literal definition of a cordwainer. And they had their guilds back in the day. So every profession would have its own type of guild. There were unions. The fact of the matter is the Freemasons, the masonry unions and guilds, happen to have the most power because you wanted to look all grandiose and badass. So that goes even back to Egypt, where we used to think the studies used to assume that the people that were building the pyramids were actually slaves, and they were whipping these people all the time into doing shit. But they showed that the way that they were living in this communal area, they actually had a lot of input. They had enough food based on the residual waste products that they could study today. Now they think that these people were actually the best masons within hundreds of miles radius that would come to work on this grand thing that was the one thing I always call back to in this fucking podcast is the Tower of Babel. There always ends up being something that everybody wants to come work at. It was New York here for a while, that's why we had the world's largest towers and shit here in our own fucking country. Because everybody wants to go work in the places where shit is popping the most fucking... Now it's a digital age. Now it's Silicon Valley, and the Tower of Babel's become the internet and the digital age that we're living in. So now Silicon Valley, you could say, is the United States version of the Tower of Babel today. Like that shit is blowing up and becoming this different type of city. It's just fucking interesting, dude. It's interesting. So, long story short is Freemasons are the same fucking thing. Are they just the ones that have gotten ahead?
Well, legend has it that the Freemasons originated because they were the ones that built the Temple of Solomon.
Solomon.
Yeah, and from then there was like a union, like all the people that worked there, they hung out, they became drinking buddies, and then they included people fucking in there. There's a YouTuber by the name of Olivia Catherine that we follow.
Do we?
Yeah, on both Twitter and Instagram. She has a video out. She reluctantly made it. Is because okay, I'm not gonna sidestep anymore because then you're gonna be like, get to the point.
What would she? I mean, what was
okay?
it, what
she
did
made
the video,
she
okay.
made the video because
I'll cut you off when you get
she
to
got
that.
a lot of attention because of her fucking Disney conspiracy video that she made.
Oh, yeah, because Disney was a Freemason supposedly, and then was taken over by the Illuminati.
I'll get there. So then,
Ooh,
yeah. So then she made a video about the Freemasons because she is a descendant of
Disney?
No, Freemasons. Her father and her grandfather.
Well, I mean,
were
everybody could be a
Freemasons.
Freemason.
And
It's not a difficult thing to become a part.
Well, kind of. Like you, to get in, you have to either be a blood relation, or you have to know somebody that's already
That's
in.
bullshit.
That's
I've seen
what
a
they're
ton
saying.
of these documentaries or like little mini clips of people like going to the local Freemason spot, and they're like, "Oh yeah, if you want to come in, we're always accepting new members. It's a dying thing nowadays. We don't get a lot of young members. Most people are, in their 60s or 70s nowadays, and so it's just like any other organization, man. Like I think you're gonna find some. It's just like the Catholic Church. Like there's some churches that are just fine, but there's gonna be like that weird one in the corner that I don't know, that priest came from somewhere else and he looks at the children a little funny. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be the same thing in the Freemasons or in Hollywood. You're gonna even in porn. Like there's people in porn giving porn a real bad name, especially right now with the Pornhub controversy. So is that a whole Illuminati thing too?
Well,
Exactly. You can tie everything in.
Apparently, well, yeah, okay, I fucking already teased, so here's the shaft. Apparently, Jenna Jameson fucking came out saying that she was fucking conditioned into the fucking adult industry since she was a fucking child. And I'm like, what?
I'm not surprised about that though, are you?
A little bit, yeah.
Look, man, if you're left alone in a house, if you grow up with parents that are always partying because of this Hollywood lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just a kid walking around the house in this way, you're going to be surrounded by nefarious fucking people, a bunch of drunk ass people. They see a little girl. Like, the most savage part of humanity comes out when drugs and alcohol are involved. And when you throw any fucking female into a room of savage fucking old depraved people that are just hedonistic and fucking all about their fucking own glorification and self-aggrandization, relations. I'm just saying it's not hard to see the dark side of humanity. Like, I'm not saying that there was a cabal that like trained her intentionally, but I think there's a lot of situations where women and young men too are put in positions where they are just taken advantage of. And it feels like they're conditioned, but it's just they've been taken advantage of their ignorant. I don't want to say ignorance because ignorance has a negative connotation. Huh?
Is bliss?
Possibly. I don't know that word. Bliss?
Ignorance is bliss.
Oh, no. That's not at all what I was saying. I think you missed. You know what, Frank? Sometimes I don't think you listen to anything I say.
No, yeah, I'm listening. It's just, I'm like, shit, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're just getting
Are we?
all of this.
Yeah, it's okay. We
can
can just do a two episode thing on all of this shit. There's a lot to go through. It's fun. I just want to talk with you, Frank, man.
Okay.
It's just interesting. I don't want you to get bogged down in too many details. I want to know how you actually feel about the topic. Do you feel this shit's still going on today? We can
Yes.
jump back into the actual facts of shit, man.
Yes, I feel like it's
Do you
clear
think
that
Freemasons
it's happening still.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
You don't think it's just politics? Like,
Yes.
You think
Like-
it's an actual club that shakes hands in a certain way?
Here's what I was gonna tell you.
Or like blinks 32 times before walking over to
33.
each other. Is it 33?
No, that's their magic number.
It is, right? I knew it was. I knew what it was.
No, what I was gonna tell you over the phone, but you're like, save it, is that you're gonna love
Yeah, bring
all
that.
this because it turns out, if you do research, it turns out these secret society organizations, fucking clubs, as you
Mhm.
call them, are actually that. They're fucking fraternities.
Yeah.
With an agenda. Like, not so much with an agenda.
To make
like,
money and stay in power.
Like,
That's every
They're-
bucket. But it sounds so nefarious when you say it's a club that's just trying to gain power. I was like, who isn't trying to gain power? Who isn't trying to make more money? And who isn't trying to take advantage of every situation they can to better their own fucking life situation? Like, it is so fucking stupid to think these people are so evil that they're doing everything in their power to put other people down. And like, no, they just don't care if other people get put down as they're trying to get up. You know what I mean? Some groups are going to be the type where they are willing to step on people's backs to climb to the top. That's just humanity. They're shitty human beings in the world. But that's not to say that a whole fucking nationwide organization is communicating on a daily basis to fucking organize events all throughout the country and make sure that the Black Lives Matter movement gets full coverage in this moment so that Trump can get away with doing this, that, and the other in other countries. They're like, it all falls together really nicely in the narrative. But the fucking Occam's razor of it fucking all is that you don't attribute fucking malice to that which can be fucking attributed to stupidity. We're all just a bunch of fucking idiots following the elite path of least resistance. You know what I mean? And when fucking shit happens in life, people are gonna take advantage of it, and it's gonna look as if, oh, well, it was planned. It's like, no, he was just in the right fucking place at the right time to take advantage. And unfortunately, to do the negative in life is the fucking easiest goddamn thing to do. It's so much harder to do the right thing than it is to do the wrong thing. I fucking had to get off Instagram. I'll tease it just a little bit. I decided to get off Instagram because I realized I was having a little bit too much of an emotional connection with somebody on fucking social media.
that's like the whole thing.
That's the whole thing, right? But it's supposed to be friendly, and but I realized like I was seeking the attention itself for the attention, not for the communique. And that was disrespectful to the person I was talking to because they had no fucking it was me. It was a personal fucking little thing in my head where I realized, ew, this feels gross what I'm doing. I'm looking for attention from another woman that's not my wife. I told my wife last night, I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm getting off the pod's Instagram because I feel like I was talking to this girl incorrectly. She's like, well, what the fuck were you saying? I was like, well, nothing. I'm like, then what's the problem? He's like, well, I didn't feel right about it. And that's doing the right thing. That is hard to do. It's hard to, and luckily I've had enough practice in my life and realized what's more important to me to realize, like, it's better to nip something like that in the butt and realize my fucking folly as a fucking human being. We're all human beings. We make mistakes. You know, my wife's made mistakes, I make mistakes, you make mistakes. You've made some mistakes, sir. But, you know, that's what these conspiracies are to me a lot of the time. Like, yeah. That's what most, when we talk about evil organizations, like the Epstein shit. Let's pull that in. Because I don't want, because we're halfway through the pod and I don't want to get bogged down in too many of the details. But you brought enough to where we can kick. Jesus Christ, we're just going to do 3 episodes of this. Frank, you down for next week? We're just going to do fucking so many episodes on this, if that's what you got.
Well, there's still some I have
this
to
is
research,
gonna be fun.
so yeah.
Yeah, we're going to keep this going, ladies and gentlemen. Let your friends know, let your parents know. They want to hear about the Freemasons and the Illuminati. We're going to break it all down for you in the course of fucking 5 or 6 hours, like a fucking proper show. And maybe one day we'll condense it, cut out all the bullshit of me talking in between, and just let Frank have a full episode. I don't know.
No,
We'll see.
but but you don't like when
Yeah,
I
you're
take
a
over
Patreon.
because then it comes off as a fucking lecture.
Oh,
with all
you're
my
just so-
fucking notes and shit.
I want more emotion from you because you're like, yeah, and then this happened with this person, and they did this thing, and it was like, what? But then they did that. And like, wait, you said it was like what? What was the like what part? And then you're like, oh, I don't know, just weird. Like, no, there's more there. I gotta pull the tooth from you sometimes.
Yeah.
It's really fucking terrible.
So,
Come on.
I was saying we were getting ahead of ourselves.
Would you be a
but you're
Freemason
like,
if you
fucking-
could?
Maybe.
You wanna look
thing
into
is, the thing is, to be a Freemason.
You can't talk about it.
Well, one, you have to be a dude, and you have to be. Well, they started accepting. I think that's a different organization, but anyways, you have to be a dude, and you have to be either a blood relation to members, or you have to know somebody to get in. But the other thing,
Like the president.
Sure. The other thing.
Oh, come
is
on.
That,
You've got to know that. All right. Then the other thing is,
okay.
before we
And
go
the
to
other thing
president.
is that you have to believe in a higher power. That's why they carry the all-seeing eye everywhere. It doesn't have
that's
to be
perfect.
God.
But that's perfect for you. You're fucking right there in Norheim with him.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be God. It just has to be somebody that's always
Do
watching.
you watch Norseman on Netflix?
No.
It's like a real dry comedy about Vikings.
It'd be a comedy. The way
It's so
promoted and
funny.
shit.
It's so fucking funny.
But anyway, I
Anyway,
gotta run to it.
you should watch it. Shut up, cat.
What happened?
The Illuminati is blowing beams into my cat's
So
brains
then,
and they're up there.
in 1776, the fucking
Chemtrails.
Freemasons broke off into a little branch, or there was a branch created, which was the Illuminati. And what happened in 1776? America. But anyways, no. And then what?
We were broke. We were so broke we couldn't afford the dues for the Illuminati, so we started with the Freemasons. No, we couldn't afford the Freemason shit, so we became the Illuminati.
So the reason why the
Right.
Illuminati is because in the Illuminati you don't have to believe in a higher power. They're all about being a religion of common sense. Yeah, so it's more for the atheists. So in other words, if we were into fucking secret societies, I would be a Freemason, you would be Illuminati, because, you know, logic and reason should fucking be at the front of everything.
I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even know. I don't know anything anymore. I don't even know if I'm an atheist anymore. I'm
Well,
so
I keep telling you you're
everybody.
agnostic.
I don't like that one either, though.
It doesn't mean that you accept God. It's just that
I don't know what I don't
or
know, Frank.
Or maybe there isn't.
Who am I? Who am
You are
I?
Tony, the guy that started a podcast.
What did I do this shit
with-
for?
I don't know. Oh, you said it was going to be therapeutic, that you needed it to stay sane. And you're like,
Is that what we're doing?
that's what you're doing. And then you're
How are
like,
you
no,
doing?
I need,
Am I driving
need
you
to
insane
run
with this?
because I need to run. That's what's keeping me sane. I'm
Oh,
like,
I gotta
okay,
run.
well,
I gotta start running again.
Yeah,
Raining.
we're needing the rain.
Rain, little rain.
It sucks.
Alright, so the Masons died in 1734,
What?
and they resurrected as the Phoenix with Dr. X in the plutonium basins of Norwal. Is that right?
No.
But it seems just as likely as everything. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I just can't believe that anybody human in this world is that organized.
Well, we're getting...
Until you get to the Denver airport.
What?
The Denver airport.
The Denver airport's just a conspiracy.
Oh, man. Come on.
Okay, let's dive into it.
I've seen the blue devil horse. I've seen those fucking murals. I've seen the fucking... I want to go underground. I want to see if there's 5-story buildings actually built underneath that shit.
Okay.
I believe it. I've seen underground caves and fucking structures and tunnels and shit that go
Yeah,
on
there was a
for
whole
miles.
movie about it.
There's a whole movie about it?
Yeah, as above, so below.
Yeah, now who does these things?
The French.
Who works in stone?
The
Masons. They gotta quarry that shit out. They gotta haul these stones away. They all work with these stones, sell them to other stone workers. All different branches of Masons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. Come on. I don't believe in any of it until the Denver airport.
That's what did it for
That's
you.
what did it for me.
Airport.
I was leading up. You were just taking so long. I realized like we're so far in this, and we're barely scratching the surface as to what it is. I thought this would go a lot faster.
Well, it's a lot of fucking history. I took a lot of notes, so.
Now my problem, but it falls apart for me with the Illuminati.
Okay.
I don't believe in the Illuminati. I believe in fucking organizations that have fucking power because of their money and influence.
Okay, the way their power works is that, what I was getting at earlier, is that they pride themselves in molding leaders for the future. Because again, they're fraternities, they're fucking little clubs in college. And so then some of these leaders end up being, in the Skull and Bones case, presidents, like the Bushes and what was the other one? Taft, I think it was. Yeah, and then with the Freemasons, our very first president was fucking Freemason, fucking George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Paul Revere, and John Hancock, amongst others.
And all of these guys are cousins too, right? And
Yeah.
Almost every single president even like Hillary Clinton, if you go far back enough, is related to Trump. And if you go back far enough, and even Obama is a distant cousin of the Bushes.
Right.
Yeah.
That falls in line with what I was saying. That
fucking crazy.
to be a Freemason, you have
You
to
gotta
be
be blood
blood
related. Right,
relation.
but isn't that just how genetics works? We're all related to Genghis Khan and fucking Alexander the Great and all these fucking guys too that were in power.
My brother and I found out, see, we're fucking Mexicans, and we found out that both of us, through the ancestry thing, 23andMe,
definitely
he likes to specify that we're direct descendants of
Jesus Christ.
No, of Napoleon Bonaparte.
I knew it.
What do you mean you knew it?
You're short, pudgy, kind of walk weird.
See, what I was gonna say, I was like, is it my stature? And you're like, you're short, pudgy.
Yeah, pretty much it right there. Sorry. I mean, you're gonna ask questions, you're gonna get answers.
Oh, we have a show to finish, damn it!
Are we doing a show?
But
look, man, this is just about us having fun again. This is what was supposed to, like, everybody wants things to be structured and shit. We just need to have a good time talking.
Okay.
We need to get back to
really,
having a good time.
When we have a good time, the fucking listeners have a good time fucking listening.
You worry about the listeners too goddamn much, right?
Well, somebody has to.
I know. I mean, I just try and remember what we're talking about to keep the conversation going. I don't really care if it's entertaining to you people. You people think you're so much better than us.
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, you Mexicans. No. Yeah, then the 4 or 5 white people I think that listen to us, and we got a buddy in India.
Oh yeah.
Some 15-year-old kid, fucking hitting us up on the gram. I was like, hey buddy, come on the podcast, but get a signature from your parents or a video from them and email it to us first, because I don't know how those laws work. I don't want to say nothing inappropriate on the podcast with some 15-year-old boy in India on Skype and find out that I just started the fucking next fucking branch of the military operation, alright? That's not my bag. We're gonna work that out. But, yeah, dude.
See, he's probably all excited to learn about the Freemasons and the Illuminati.
He don't give a shit. He just
Bohemian Grove and the Bilderberg Group and the fucking... Who else did I fucking write notes on?
But everybody knows about all these things.
Yes, but a lot of it is just conspiracy.
So basically what we've done this episode, guys, is we've set up we've set it up for our next 2 or 3 episodes. What this shit's gonna be. Alright, maybe we'll probably just do one more. We'll probably just get it all out and pay attention in the next episode. But I don't know, man. You're not having fun just chit-chatting? You mad? Are you mad?
Because no, I'm not mad. Because I'm like, I did say we might cover this in 2 episodes because we don't always go over all my talking points. And last time it was just 5 points, and it took us 2 episodes to get through them. So,
all right. Yeah. Look, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you my talking points. And then you could go based off that. Let's see how long this episode can go.
Well, how long are we? Like
we're pretty much done. We've done 35 minutes of saying nothing. We've got through jack
35 minutes of fucking teasing.
Alright, so look.
Blue balls.
I'm gonna give everybody the rundown of what Class Mojo, what is it on YouTube?
Watch Mojo?
Is it Watch Mojo?
Yeah.
Alright, so Watch Mojo has this fucking list of what the Illuminati is said to have been a part of. So you had the Rothschilds. They were Jewish bankers rule the world. This is the most anti-Semitic one that you got.
Yeah, the guy looks exactly like Mr. Burns.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He fucking, he was the one who started it, whatever his name, Mr. Rothschild back in the day. Watergate, they were in charge of Watergate. Mark Gorton from LimeWire forwarded his secret cabal fucking theory to a bunch of his coworkers, the guy that invented LimeWire.
Yeah.
And released all this information that he thought 9/11 was framed and Nixon was framed to get George Bush Sr., who's a Freemason, into power.
He's a Skull and Bones.
Yeah, well, Skull and Bones they think is a sect of Freemasonry, don't they?
Yeah, because they use bones.
Yeah, because they're stupid. Chemtrails, you know, the contrails that are just fucking condensation trails from the planes and jets that fly by.
My cousin asked me about that. She's like, how come they linger? Like, in Mexico, they don't linger. And I'm like, oh, because according to Alex Jones, that's what they're using to fucking brainwash you.
Or
like the frog's gay.
Or the fact that weather is ever changing and the density of the humidity in the air isn't always the same. If it's more dense humidity, then you get contrails that are going to linger longer.
Well, she's in Missouri,
sitting,
so I don't know what the humidity index is over there.
Couldn't tell you, but I could tell you that it's different depending on how high up into the atmosphere you go. Like, these are different shifting wind patterns. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just science, people. It's just simple science. But if you want to get into it more, we'll get more into it in the next episode. I just want to give you the good talking points that we run down. Then there's the Disney secret messages, which we touched on a little bit. You know, Disney was thought to have been a Freemason, but the Illuminati took over Disney when they decided to go underground and start influencing the world. They basically started with Disney. Yeah, is the idea to corrupt. But that's what I don't understand. So what are they trying to do? Are they trying to bring us into needing a certain thing? Why would they need to corrupt the children?
New secular.
But they have their own children too.
Yeah. And they're going to be like, look, watch Disney because Daddy's been working on that. Look, this is what Daddy does. Or Mommy, if you want to be a fucking sexist about it.
Or non-sexist about it. Alright, so maybe we'll touch on that a little more, maybe not. I don't know. That's just fucking annoying to think about. Reptilians are the Illuminati.
Oh, you mean like Kim Coulter?
Like I don't know. This is a David Icke thing. David Icke, I would like us to do a whole different episode about, because I don't know enough about him. I just know he came up with this whole theory that the reptilians.
Callback from one of episodes 10.
I'm sure. I know.
There's a conspiracy
I know
that Kim's a fucking lizard person.
Oh, Kim.
Yes.
Our friend Kim.
Yes.
Friend of the pod, Kim.
Yes.
Magua, she's a reptilian person.
That's one of the conspiracies.
I believe that Tim is before Kim. I mean, if we're gonna just think about it, Tim his callback and there's something otherworldly about Tim, man.
He's just ahead of his time, man.
The dude's just firing on cylinders that most people don't have. Like, he's got that Alex Jones gift, a gift of gab. Like,
well, Alex Jones is a showman. So.
Tim's getting there. Tim's boiling up.
Yeah, he's got to get his own fucking program going on.
Yeah, he needs a whole Andrew Schultz style fucking Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we gotta get a hold of some people. Anyway, alright, moving on. Shout out Tim. Shout out Kim. We don't think you're lizard people, just too smart for your own fucking good. They run the entertainment industry. Because that makes sense.
Well, the fucking pedophilia ring.
Now that I get. To run it, but we'll talk about that in the next episode for sure, because that's where it all culminates, right? Is the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're seeing now. Is what we think Epstein Island is all about, and the politics tied in with the world leaders tied in with the entertainment industry, because they would fly out actresses and singers out there too to entertain and shit. From what I understand, right? Am I wrong here?
Yeah. Like,
you're looking at me like, huh?
No, because I'm thinking of the connections. Like fucking Disney has a fucking stop on one of their cruises. In all their
They do?
some of their cruises, they stop at Epstein Island to go
No.
fucking scuba diving.
Oh, just for scuba diving though. That's probably just set up so fucking Epstein gets a cut of the money for them using their property.
Bad, and so he can fucking scope out the talent.
Oh yeah, try and steal one of them off the cruise.
Well, I guess. Like, not so much steal, but
Buy one.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, how would you like to...
How much for your daughter for the weekend? I'll send her back Monday.
Yeah, be like, hey, you can come over anytime.
It's a work-study program. She gets to work under Bill Clinton. Does she happen to have a blue dress? Never mind, well, she'll be provided one. So the JFK assassination obviously is another one that...
Everyone,
Everybody's involved with that one. Any person that could have been... that had more than $1 million in the bank, I think, is a suspect for the JFK assassination. Yeah. The moon landing was faked.
Of course.
That they faked the moon landing.
It was CGI.
With CGI with...
Then you look at the Scorpion King and you're like, fuck no.
Well, it wasn't that complicated a scene. I mean, Kubrick was doing shit that looked beyond that. I mean, it's not hard to think that possibly it was faked. I don't think it was, but it's hard to deny that there's a strong case for that. I think there's a legit strong case for the moon landing being faked. Mm-hmm. Like, we rushed it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard to say. We've had plenty of people go back to the moon, right? Just not from the United States. There's been other countries.
We've had people from the United States go back.
It's been Russia and China, and India's been trying. Did you see they tried to send up a rocket the other day, and there was like a new space frontier for India. India had their own space program going on, but I think their rocket blew up or something. Don't quote me on that shit. We got to have that 15-year-old on. Figure this one out. Hey buddy, what happened to your rocket? I want to know. So yeah, man, that's shit that the Illuminati's supposed to have been a part of. Like, how can one organization just handle all that? Well, because it's the New World Order.
Well,
that's the number one conspiracy
I'll
theory
tell you
about
why,
the
but
Illuminati.
I think
is that it's not just a national fucking problem. That the Illuminati is the New World Order. That they are a part of bringing the entire globe.
I'm allergic to bullshit, sorry.
Yeah? Smells like it. Gives gas too.
I can explain the whole how an organization so fucking organized be responsible for so many events in the world, but we're at 40. What? I can never tell.
We're at 40 something. Don't worry about it. Just say final touch points before we start the next episode that we actually get into all this shit.
Okay, I don't want to blow my load early.
No.
But there is an explanation as to how it's possible that fucking one organization, well, it's actually a culmination of organizations, but how one organization can fucking be responsible for so many historic events.
Sure.
It's so organized. But
sure, you call it the United Nations.
Close.
We'll get to you guys. We'll blow the load on the next episode. Frank, let the people know where they can find us, because I keep fucking that up lately.
You can find us on Instagram under CI Podcast, on Twitter under Completely Inap. You can email us at completelyappropriatepodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on the Facebooks and the YouTubes under Completely Appropriate Podcast. And you can also find us here. If you're listening, you found us.
BitChute, YouTube, fantastic. We got all that shit. We're places, people. Your friends can't get us on iTunes, but you want to share, remind them to find us at Spotify. Because that one everybody's got a hold of now. Especially if you're following Joe Rogan. Take a shot. Frank, what do we tell the people?
Be excellent to each other.
Fine, you're happy. Be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. Just try. Just try. That's all we ask. Frank, I love you, man. Bye. Say bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
You are bye, Frank.